I work with Beachbody. I've been with Beachbody for 14 years and have developed many of our, big fitness and weight loss programs and infomercials, and have spent almost 2 years with Ilana, working with her, developing this program. And she's, from New York, lives in Los Angeles. She's a registered dietitian. She's got an amazing story, which she'll start, but, she'll probably start off by telling you a little bit about her story and then a little bit about this program. But one of the things I'll say is that for 14 years working with Carl, I've lost 50, struggled with my weight for my entire life, have lost 50 pounds. I've kept it off. And all we've ever talked about was developing something that was focused on food, and eating, and less on all the exercise, because for all the years of all the exercising I did, I just could never lose the weight. And I only started losing the weight when I made some changes to the food I was eating. So we've been looking, searching. And after spending a little bit of time with Ilana for a couple different projects, it became very clear that she had not only an amazing story, but an amazing program. And we've spent a lot of time together developing this program, and she's going to tell you all about it. I'm happy to. You guys are going to get tons and tons of information. It's Super Saturday, so a lot of the details probably won't get revealed on this call. But if there's anything, questions you guys have for me about product marketing, other things like that, I'll address them towards the end of the call. But she's on my bottom right corner. Her name's Ilana Muhlstein. She's there. She looks like she just came from yoga or working out or something. But anyway, welcome everybody. Super excited for you to meet her, and hope you guys have a good time today.
Yeah. Hi, Ilana. I don't know. I have it on speaker view, so I think, let me unmute you. Oh, there you are. Hi.
How's it going?
Welcome to the call. Thank you so much for doing this for us. I know, there's all different kinds of teams in Beachbody, but I feel like our team really does focus on like balance and, being really healthy, but also enjoying treats now and then and stuff. And so we're really excited to hear about this program that you've created.
I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for organizing this and setting this up. This is such a great crowd. Sorry again for my wet hair. As Lara said, you guys know, like, you got to fit it in when you can. That was my window. So I hope you don't mind my wet hair.
Of course not. Yeah. I mean, I just mentioned So do you want me, I don't know, they sent me a few statistics and like facts on you. But of course you'll just dive a little deeper into your introduction, but you guys, she knows her stuff, turns out. She's a registered dietitian nutritionist, and you have a Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics. How do you say that?
Dietetics, and a Master's of Science in Nutrition as well.
And then you work for the Bruin Health Improvement Program at UCLA.
Yeah, I could talk a little bit about it. So,
yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I want to say, Lara, I see your background. I'm very excited. Lara has this. We have matching artwork, which I'm very excited about. Hopefully, you'll all have this in your room. It says "Water first, veggies most" because I'm a big water and veggies fan. Yeah, so I'll give a little bit about my background, so it doesn't sound too technical. But yeah, so I definitely have a strong academic background in nutrition. But it really all stemmed from my passion for weight loss and nutrition education and how it's applied to my own personal life, and then just wanting to help others do it in the most credible way possible. So, so as much as I have the degrees to ensure that everything I say is evidence-based and sound nutrition advice, a lot of you will probably relate more to my personal background and struggle and path with my own weight loss and nutrition. So I could start there if that's if that's more relevant.
Yeah, no, that's perfect because so you have the background in education, but then you've personally lost 100 pounds or right, using this method. So yeah, for sure.
Totally. Oh God, there's so many beautiful faces on here. It's distracting. Okay, so let me start that I was very overweight and obese as a child. So I was always the big kid. I was always different. I was always not able to wear clothes from the same stores or do the same things. Got made fun of in ballet class for being so much bigger. So never wanted to go back again. Felt like, never could do the monkey bars. So like avoided them. And a lot of my childhood was just overwhelmed with this struggle and being just so much more overweight than everyone else. It really started, I'd say, at like 4 years old. Like I was already told like, whoa, you're getting big. Like, whoa, watch it. Stop eating so much. Maybe you should, at literally like 4 or 5 years old, like started already having to be self-conscious about it and having comments made to me. And that's basically around the time that my parents got divorced for the first time. I have a kind of interesting family history with that. But yeah, so definitely a lot of instability in the home, and food definitely became my source of comfort. I remember like there was stepbrothers and sisters in and out, things like that. And I would have like my one stool in the kitchen, and that was like my staple, with my jars of peanut butter, with my takeout Chinese food, with all those things that tried to make me feel like there was something constant and stable when my childhood didn't feel that way. So it led to just gaining weight and weight and weight and weight, and not realizing why, and not realizing why it was such a struggle for me, and blaming it on, my friends have better genes than me. And like, meanwhile, I was here like eating a bag of bread rolls for a snack. So, like that pattern of emotional eating, volume eating, all that stuff just kept, tinkering at such a young age. Insecurity, being uncomfortable in my body, not being able to do things like everyone else. So at 8 years old, I was already told like that it's not something to just be self-conscious about, like I was, but it was when I was 8 years old that my doctor, my pediatrician, told my parents, like, you can't ignore this anymore. Like, this isn't something that you can just pass up. She has to lose this weight because her cholesterol levels are high. Like, she's an 8-year-old girl and she has high cholesterol. She has high blood sugar levels. This is a huge problem. We have to do something about it. So my doctor and parents at 8 years old actually sent me to weight loss camp, what you guys might know of as like fat camp, as an 8-year-old girl for over 2 months. Like, it was a 9-week camp. I was in G1, the youngest camper, in the youngest bunk. And it was actually not as bad as it sounds in a lot of ways. Like, well, you might have seen the movie Heavyweights and hear all like the craziness that goes on at weight loss camp. For me, I liked it because it was a positive association with weight loss at a young age. And I liked coming back to school and having everyone compliment me and be like, oh my God, you look great. And then my mom would get me new clothes and stuff like that. So this became my pattern. And I would basically go every summer to lose weight and then gain it all back and more every school year, just so I could go back the next year and try to lose some weight. So it was kind of like a yo-yoing dieting pattern that I started at such a young age. So I would go every summer, try to lose about 20 to 30 pounds. And then the school year, turns out you could gain a lot more in 10 months than you can lose in 2. Even though you're getting like these like pre-portioned meals and having to exercise 10 hours a day, like it wasn't cutting it because nothing would change when I would go back to school. My parents wouldn't change. My habits wouldn't change. And it would just all come back on and more. And so I did that pattern for years, like 7, 8 years, horrible. And I would just basically keep gaining it back and more, gaining it back and more, gaining it back every school year. And I just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's actually interesting. I was just looking at pictures from a wedding in December that I went to one year, December. And everyone's like, Ilana, you're so big. I'm like, no, by December, I shouldn't have gained it all back by then. Like, it was literally like every school year I would gain it all back. And so my highest weight was 215 pounds. I'll never forget it. Seeing that number on the scale, 215.0. I was only 5 feet 2 inches tall, and I was wearing a size 20. And at that point, I don't know if it changed, but Gap and OldNavy.com were selling 20 online. Like, online shopping was thankfully existed then, so I didn't have to like scavenge for size 20 in the stores, if that even existed. Going into high school, I was like, enough is enough. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. This is so tiring. This is so exhausting. Why do I keep starting over? Why can't I just get this together? Why can I feel so much better when I have a control or something and feel better in my body, and feel so terrible every May going, which is so ironic because we're launching in May, but like going into the summer and feeling like just like, I have to do this all over again. And like, I have to just I need a better way. I know I like to eat a lot. I know I like to socialize. I know I like to not do anything too regimented or hard. I need to figure it out. So throughout high school, I just started I committed that I'll never gain this weight again. I went to camp, like I lost like, let's say 30 pounds. I was about 185. And I said, I'm done. Like, it's over. I can only stay the same or lose weight from here. I can't keep doing this yo-yoing pattern. I need to figure out a lifestyle that I can sustain and still feel good in my body and be healthy and not at risk for chronic diseases as a teenager. So I just kind of figured it out, and I started, using all these strategies and principles and learning. My family weren't good eating role models, but if I found friends who had healthy, fit families, I would have a lot of sleepovers there, kind of figure out what their parents were doing, what kind of positive messaging was going on at their dinner tables that I was missing out on. And I kind of just started like studying happy, healthy people and trying to implement some of those strategies and tools and tips into my own life. And it worked, and it really helped. And throughout high school, I lost like another 20 pounds on my own. And I knew I wanted to study nutrition because I knew that I wanted to help other people combat this yo-yoing struggle for good, because it feels so much better to live better and to treat yourself better and to feel good in your body and have a more positive mindset with food and your weight. So I became a registered dietitian, and I wanted to be a nutrition expert. I wanted to make sure that I was doing this in the best way for myself and also encouraging others to as well. And then went on to further my education, get my master's and everything, and basically kept losing more weight along the way as I was learning, just more principles and loving it and applying it to my life. And then right when I graduated, UCLA hired me immediately, like literally right out of school. And they said, we're going to give you a weight loss program. You've lost weight, you've kept it off. It's a fairly new program. It's called the Bruin Health Improvement Program, 0.5. It's for UCLA employees who need to lose 40 pounds or more. And it's a 12-week seminar, and it's 100 people each semester, and go. And like no template, no guidelines, no nothing. And so I had 100 UCLA employees and 12 weeks to teach them how to lose weight and keep it off. And it ranged from 19-year-old cooks in the kitchens to 70-year-old secretaries. I mean, and everything in between. So janitors and professors, and it was an amazing array of demographics, men, women, every age, every socioeconomic status, every education level. So it was really interesting. And I basically just taught a 12-week seminar, came up with it, and the weight loss was really good and successful. It was started with like a 12 pounds and 12-week weight loss average. And UCLA was like, great, now let's do it again and let's try to keep moving the target. And every semester I taught it, I would increase the weight loss average. And I ended up teaching it for 10 successful semesters. And I ended up doubling the weight loss average to closer to 24 to 25 pounds in 12 weeks for 100 employees. And that's when I was still building up my private practice and seeing amazing results with everyone I was working with, and really figuring out what works for everyone in these big, big settings. Like, what is it? Because there's no one size fits all, but what are recommendations I can make that everyone can customize and individualize to suit their best needs and lose the most weight in the best way for themselves, no matter what kind of conditions they have. And it was great, and it was really successful. And it was like the perfect time where I kind of like then met Beachbody at that point. And I was like, I have a great program. It works. And Beachbody's so funny. They were saying like, she's been running these test groups at UCLA. And I'm like, they're not really test groups. It's like a grant funded program, but from Beachbody's perspective. And then I met Lara and Caitlin. And for the past 2 years, we've been taking this model that's worked with me so well in UCLA and private practice, and actually intensified and perfection so much more. And I'd say now, even with the test groups, we're probably seeing the weight loss is like closer to like a 3 pound average per week versus even a 2, which is still considered healthy and amazing because Beachbody is just brilliant at optimizing everything. So it's great. It's an amazing program. I'm so excited we're finally at the point of launching. And that's kind of my spiel. And now I'm 8 months pregnant, which is, I guess, part of my story. But I'm very excited that when we launch, I'll kind of be in weight loss mode with everyone again, which makes me very excited.
Yay. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, congrats on your pregnancy. And I'm super excited about that because I mean, there was a question about the container system, but I feel like a lot of us are really used to those containers now. But what I usually do you know what I'm talking about with the containers?
Yeah, this is not the container program at all.
So it's totally different. And usually what I say is like, that's a great system to start with, but then stop using those as soon as you can, because you're not going to be measured. Like you have to still live your life, right? And 10 years from now, you don't want to be measuring all your food. And so I love that it sounds like your plan has like principles and guidelines and things that then you just have in your pocket, and you don't have these kind of like chains or, like. Someone
asked me a really great question yesterday. Someone asked me, and I don't know if you guys saw the sizzle video, but you definitely should. It's a video-based program, and there's basically like 26 videos of how to just understand the program and the system, and they're so fun to watch, and they're amazing, and you're gonna love it. It's the equivalent of like 20 sessions with me in my private practice. It's really excellent. And someone asked me yesterday, how easy is it to assimilate the 2B mindset into my lifestyle? And I said, that is such a good question, because it's literally seamless. Like, you're already going to the grocery store. I'm just taking you through the grocery store and showing you how to approach it in a better way that's going to help you in your weight loss and probably your pocketbook. Then it's like, you're already going to restaurants. Okay, there's a video on me showing you how to order at every kind of restaurant: Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Thai, with the 2B mindset. So you're still eating big, filling, satisfying meals, feeling like you're right there at the table enjoying with everyone else just the same, but you'll still lose weight from it and have a better approach to food in your body. You're already eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm just going to show you how to rearrange it better. It's literally seamless. Like, everything, you're already getting your meals from some convenience store, some refrigerator, something. I'm just going to show you how to approach it with the 2B mindset. So it's very seamless into your everyday lifestyle. There's nothing really. You're going to have tools that you're going to get when you sign up that are all going to enhance your experience. But I always say, like, with eyeballs and a mouth, like, you can really do this program wherever you are.
I love that too. That's like, it sounds like it's my jam. Being able to eat out, being able to grocery shop, and just being educated, because I think that's seems like where most people get stuck, is there's so much information out there and people don't even know where to start. But just having like simple guidelines of like, here's how you can go to a grocery store and like, shop for you, and here's how you can go to a restaurant and eat and feel good about it and stuff, and just make informed choices. So, so I don't know how much you can really get into the program. I think not much. So I'm not even sure, like, I have questions, but they're more specific.
Well, I can say, I know that we want to save like some good stuff for Super Saturday, but there's a lot you can see already in the sizzle video. It is a video-based program. It is going to come with tools. There will be an app in development, which you see in the sizzle video. I just want, one thing you should know about the product is it is a set of videos, and it literally answers almost every question you should ever have on how to lose weight, how to keep losing weight with a positive mindset. There's literally a video, like, you don't have to be a gourmet chef tomorrow. We have recipe videos, but there's also a video where it's like me sitting at a table with a stack of takeout menus and showing you how to do that too. Because I'm a really busy mom. I'm sure a lot of you are really busy, hardworking people too. So it's very like, what sometimes you're going to feel like, oh, the scale went up and I'm working so hard. Like, there's a video called The Scale Went Up, What Do I Do? And there's a video called I Hit a Plateau, What Do I Do? Like, just know that we really answer and solve for all those questions and confusions that you might have had in the past of how to approach losing weight in the easiest way. We have showed you the way, which is really nice.
And sorry, Ashley, I think that, you guys should ask, I just want to say a couple things, because I think we gave you a bunch of bullets. So if you can ask, you can, any of the questions on the list that we sent you, you can ask. But I will say that Obviously May 2nd we're launching. I know a lot of people have been asking about a group, Facebook group. And Ilana will be hosting a Facebook group, similar to what we've done with 80-Day Obsession. So basically, when you guys get when you start the program, you purchase the program, Ilana will be running a group. So we're basically encouraging coaches to get in early, start watching the videos, start asking questions. But she's been running these Facebook groups for, I don't even know, since November, coach groups specifically, but literally going in there, asking her questions. She's like, doesn't sleep. All she does is post videos, answer questions, throw out tons and tons of ideas. So I think it's the coaches who've been through it, I think have had a really positive experience. So we certainly encourage people to get in early, be part of that group. And also before you start your own groups, really watch the videos and understand the program, because this is a real accountability. I think more than ever, your customers are going to need you.
Yeah, I think that's really important. That's not going to be in the questions. The videos in the product are, there's definitely a percentage of people who are great at just following directions and may not have a long history relationship with food or emotional eating and stuff like that. And they'll just get it and go and be great. That is a very small percentage. As you all know, being coaches and having worked with people, it takes coaching. And this program particularly takes coaching. It is a day-to-day thing that involves group support, group dynamic, group positivity, questions and answers. And it's really, it doesn't really exist without that coaching dynamic. And that's why I've even said to Lara after the first session, I literally feel our test groups are doing better than my private clients. Who spend a fortune with me because they get that 1 hour and then they leave, versus this group. It's nonstop on this Facebook group. It's nonstop questions. It's nonstop motivation and support, which you cannot put a measurement on. That is a huge part of this. So I really, really, really need you guys. And I really encourage you. I know you want to get going coaching right away, but please make sure that you're also doing this for you. Because the more you experiences for yourself, the better you'll be able to coach it for the future. But you deserve this gift for yourself as well. So please don't sell that short, because you really should do this for you. And the more you do this for you, the more everyone will get out of it. So and the coach dynamic is tremendous. We have a video on what to do about events, and I'll give a birthday party, a football game, cocktails, but it's really in those Facebook groups that it's what about my Uncle Jimmy's wake or something where we really have to help each other, support one another, answer each other's questions, address our, individual curveballs. And that really comes from that group dynamic. So please make sure that you get into my Facebook group, and then also, make the most of this when it comes out for you and for everyone else.
So 2 questions. One, how does fitness fit into this, or does it? And 2, this always happens to me. About this because you're pregnant. I just had a kid not long ago, and I thought pregnancy brain was just pregnancy brain, but turns out it's also a mom thing, apparently, where you just lose thoughts in the middle. But I was going to ask you another question, but maybe answer the fitness one first.
Okay.
And it'll come to me.
Okay. So exercise is extra credit. Along my personal weight loss journey, I've always realized that, I could do 1,000 crunches, but if I'm eating horribly, I'll never see that definition. Or, improvements in, how I'm looking and feeling per se. So I have always said my whole life, even though I've always exercised and I've always loved to exercise, when it comes to weight loss, I'm a really big believer that food is everything and exercise is extra credit. And it's not required for this program. We've had tons of people do this program, lose amazing amounts of weight without ever exercising. And then the coolest thing is that once they do lose weight with the 2B mindset, they're dying to exercise because they feel so good and sexy and confident in their body that they're okay, now I want to see what this thing can do. And they're motivated in a much greater sense to want to exercise down the line. But from the start, it's not required. If you love to exercise and you're already exercising, please continue. you definitely don't have to stop. Some people in the test groups are like, I want to stop exercising so I could tell people that they don't have to exercise to lose weight, but I'm getting really stressed out in my mind because I miss exercise. I'm like, then exercise. Like, you shouldn't stop exercising if you love to do it, but it's definitely not required. So it's like whatever you enjoy doing, continue doing. But if you struggle to exercise, you don't like it, I actually recommend you take time off from it, maybe focus on stretching, walking, doing, maybe some yoga or something like that, but really like taking a time off from this and really putting your focus and energy onto this, because putting your focus and energy onto the 2B mindset can help you tremendously with your health and your weight loss moving forward. And you can get to exercise, in a couple of weeks or a couple of months when you feel like, it's easier to exercise. You're feeling more confident. You're feeling more energetic. You're feeling like, more confident in every sense. You can bring that in. So I recommend if you're not an exerciser, you don't love it, don't feel like you need to start it right away. Really focus on this because, you could see tremendous, incredible, wonderful results with this alone for your health and your weight loss.
Okay. So are there guidelines in there for, because a lot of times when you exercise, it's like, okay, you exercise, you have to add this many calories, but are there guidelines in there as far as that? And then also, is this for everybody? Like, there was a question about vegan, vegetarians, if you have different kind of PCOS,
Totally. Okay, so there are a lot of questions, so I'll address them all. First things first is there's definitely a video that Lara shot with Denis, who is the head of food and nutrition results at Beachbody, who's kind of like the overseer of all the nutrition plans that have ever been come out with, Beachbody workout programs. Together they shot a video talking about what modifications you would make if you are doing an intense workout. And so that's going to be covered in this. The next thing is, yes, it is.
I'm sorry, I just want one caveat on that. I feel like from all the coach groups we've run, everyone's kind of like, I feel like when people start, everyone's like, oh, I'm exercising. And then they start eating so much more food because they've earned it. And I feel like the question kept coming up and people were just, adding, all Beachbody performance and almond butter and stuff into their shakes and all these calories and then trying to figure it out. So that's why we went and shot the video. It's not part of the product. It's a video that we shot just for coaches. And if you guys everyone likes it, wants it.
She cut out.
Be out there for launch, but it'll be available to you guys. And it basically helps you identify whether or not you need more food. What are the 6 indicators that you need to eat more? And then what you should be eating and how to layer in one food at a time.
Yeah.
So
and that's why I always say exercise is extra credit. And I always say exercise is a great stress reliever and exercise is fun and exercise is a time to turn off your phone and separate yourself from your kid and feel good in your body and feel stronger than ever. It's not like a way to earn extra food. And I think that's one of those really negative mindsets and relationships people have with exercise. And that's one of those things where I say, if you do not enjoy exercising, do not feel like you need to start it because get to know how much food you actually need and then weave in exercise when you feel like you have to take control over that. Because I find that a lot of people who don't enjoy exercise or do something that they're not loving, they feel like they're over-disciplined in that realm, so they should go easy. They can go easy and get themselves that milkshake, that cupcake, that extra whatever later. And that's not what this program is about. This program is about developing a healthy relationship with food, learning the purpose of eating each food group, when we should eat it. When we treat ourselves, there's totally treats involved. You'll still be you're not cutting anything out, but you'll go into a piece of cake with a different mindset. Not like that you earned it because you worked out, because you just want to fully enjoy a piece of cake. So it's a lot of that gets uncovered with the program. And that's why it's not in the product videos of how to address that. It's something we added later on because we found, a lot of people were adding this extra snack here and there because they felt like they had to. And then with the 2B mindset, they realized, they're full and satisfied. They probably should have to drink more water and move on. So you will have all those tools when, if you are working out when doing this program. The next question is, can you do this if you're vegan and vegetarian? Absolutely. You don't have to be vegan and vegetarian. But if you are vegan and vegetarian, you can definitely do this program. You could do it if you're also gluten-free, if you're dairy-free, if you have any.
There is a vegan food. There is a vegan video, and there is vegan food lists as well.
Yeah, so it's
specifically shot for vegans.
Yeah, specifically shot for vegans. We've had vegans in the test group still lose a lot of weight. People going through menopause can still do this program and lose a lot of weight. Women who are breastfeeding can lose a lot of weight during this program and still have a milk supply. People who have PCOS, we've had so many people do this program in the test groups with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's actually not a very common condition, but we've had so many people in the test groups do it because it commonly is associated with having a hard time losing weight. The coolest thing is that with this program in the test group, we've seen that people with PCOS have actually lost just as much weight as everyone else. And that has been the coolest thing ever because they go back to their doctors and their doctors are amazed and in shock because a lot of their doctors told them they could never lose weight and whatever. And they've had a really awesome time proving it wrong for themselves and for, the whole PCS community. We have some incredible testimonials of people with PCOS who really always believe they can never lose weight. And with the 2B mindset, lost tremendous amounts of weight and feel so good and satisfied along the way. So I hope that answers those questions. Special populations and allergies and any food sensitivities. This is not a prescribed meal plan at all. So it's literally you guys creating your own meal choices, your own food choices, your own life and system. I'm literally just give you enough guidelines to create your own system. So you can always eat out or you could always cook. You can live in Quebec, you can live in Puerto Rico, you can travel all around the world and do this. I'm just giving you the tools to make that flexibility work for you. So it doesn't matter if you really kind of have like any food allergy, specificity, pickiness, you can make it work for you.
So another question that I have is, and that I think has come up is like, there's going to be a lot of new people that are this will open up a new market, I feel like, for people for sure, which is going to be great. But there's also like all the coaches who have used the container system and that's what they know and are currently using. So this is like, and maybe Laura, you can also help with this, but how does one transition? Because these sounds like completely separate because the container is very like regimented, and especially the 80-day plan is very structured. You eat this times and stuff. So would you think like, is there for your plan maybe like a introductory, this is like a strict, and then you can transition into looser guidelines, or is it just looser guidelines the whole time and you figure it out for you? I mean, I don't really know.
In comparison to the 80-day obsession thing, it will likely feel loose guideline. But I really like they're completely different programs in every way. This could be for someone who did containers in the past or someone who doesn't even know what a container is. So it's just completely different. I didn't know what the containers were when I was developing this, just so you guys know. It's not like I made something to not be that. I just never, So it is not the container system. If someone did the containers in the past, it could probably help because, the containers really helped so many people kind of like understand portions and things like that. So it could definitely help, but it is like you will not need them for this program and they're completely different. I would say that, while this might feel like I like to think the 2B mindset is neither too loose or too disciplined. It kind of has enough structure to be effective and make you feel like you're in control, and enough flexibility so you can keep living your life and still have alcohol and treats and travel and get restaurants. So it's kind of a totally different, it's just different in every way. But it's not like it's purely loose. It's not like it's overly regimented. It kind of has enough of both to really hit every kind of personality and need and make you feel like you have a system. Like you're not just like, oh, I'm eating intuitively. Like you have a system to make sure that you get there and enough of flexibility so you don't feel like you're ever deprived or missing out.
I would also add that, we have a working document, which is kind of like explanation, rationale of containers versus 2B mindset, just to help you guys, which is we're not ready to share it yet, but we're still refining it. But I think that when you guys, I think that, listen, containers are extraordinarily helpful, successful, and people love them, live in them, depend on them. I think that what you guys will, hopefully try the program, experience the program. And I think it's up to you guys as coaches to really understand your customers. And I think for some people and their personalities, they're going to be people that are going to work really well with containers, and other people who are like, I'm sure you guys know, there are people who are just like, it's hard for me to portion my, I struggle with portioning my food, or someone like Ilana who just wants to eat huge amounts of food and not feel restricted. Feel like sometimes the containers are restrictive. And I think that's an individual thing, and you guys as coaches will help guide and direct, your customers, to the program you think, sees fit. But drive your customers to the best solution.
Yeah. So I think, I agree. I think it's on us as coaches to do the program, like understand the program, use it, and then decide how then we can plug our customers into it.
I like to eat a lot.
I would also add that, a lot of the people who went through the program were 21-day fix customers, had lost a huge amount of weight with 21-day fix, and then transitioned to this program. And some of them still use the containers on this program because they feel more comfortable or confident with certain foods, and they use it to measure their, their pasta or whatever it is, because it helps them. And
that's totally like encouraged, So it's like you don't have to have them, but if you love them, especially for certain foods, like if you rather put peanut butter in a container because it makes you feel like you're not eating a jar, like I would always encourage you to do whatever works best for you. And yeah.
Yes. Sorry, just like I think a couple more questions and then we can let you go. But one is there's a question about Shakeology, if that is included as a part of it. Absolutely.
Shakeology it's definitely a big part of the 2B mindset and like what we've seen in the testimonials. It's, it's not like required. It's highly encouraged, highly encouraged. It falls as, I recommend everyone eat protein at every single meal, as you'll see, because protein has a great way of making us stay full and satisfied. And I'm a really big believer in like, you should feel full and satisfied every single day doing the 2B mindset. That also helps your mindset. I want people to feel full and satisfied every day while losing weight. You should never feel like hungry or deprived in any way. And protein is so filling and satisfying. And I don't know about you, but like Shakeology is so filling and satisfying and nutrient dense that I find it's not only a perfect way for people to have every day, get in all the nutrition they need in like one awesome shake and like whip in as part of a great meal, but it's also excellent for ensuring a positive mindset and keeping you full and satisfied and feeling like you're doing something great for yourself every single day with your Shakeology. It's also, I'm a very big fan of consistency. Like once you have something that works, we all have such busy lives. So I love like, if you have a good breakfast that works for you, like stay consistent with it. And so obviously Shakeology works as an amazing part of that. Like it's something I use to stay consistent, even when traveling, even on the go, to stay full, to stay satisfied, helps reduce cravings. It tastes delicious. So it is like highly implemented and integrated within the program and highly encouraged. It can work. It's very flexible. Like people don't have to feel like it has to be breakfast or it has to be dinner. Everyone likes to do it differently, but I definitely recommend it as a daily part of this program 100%. And it's like highly integrated in recipe videos and in talking about meals and everything.
Okay, cool. I figured that would be the answer since all coaches basically drink Shakeology. And
a lot of the coaches in the test group have had a very interesting way of reusing Shakeology. Like a lot of the coaches in the test group were exercising nonstop, drinking Shakeology nonstop, but like frustrated that they weren't really losing weight or getting to the body they really wanted or didn't really have a good control over food. And then with this program, they now look at Shakeology totally different, make them totally different, and find and love them and love Shakeology even more than ever. So I definitely think like it could help in that way, even make you love Shakeology more, make you push Shakeology more as you see that it tastes delicious, it works great, but it also keeps helping you lose weight and get the results like you've always wanted. So
Yeah, so I'm super excited to know what this program is. And then, because I'm like, God, we need to do another call with you, but then you have that group, right? So
yeah, so please all do it like immediately, like as soon as possible. Because the more time, the earlier you guys get in, the more time I'll have with you, because I'm kind of due like a few weeks afterwards. Like I can't, so like the earlier you get in, the better. And then I want you to be in so that we can lose weight together through our crazy lives. So.
Yeah. Okay, I think final 2 questions. 1, what does 2B mindset for and stand for? And 2, or the 2B part of mindset. And then this is like a program, right? Like a lifestyle. So it's not, you said there's 24 videos, but it's not like, here's your 3-week window to see what you can do in 3 weeks time. This is like forever.
Right. I know a lot of Beachbody programs have come with time, like even in the title, like 3-week yoga retreat, 80-day obsession, things like that. So 3-day refresh. So this is not like that, because you'll soon realize, like not from day one, but you'll soon realize like with practice and like a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or 2, doing the 2B mindset, you kind of have it for life. Like, and that's why the people who started our test group over a year ago now are like sustained their weight loss beautifully and like have kept it off and are like loving life and maintaining these like amazing weight loss results, because once you have the 2B mindset, you really always have it. That's why they really helped us name it and name the program the mindset, because like they're like, this is just like how I see food now, and no one could take that away from me, and I don't really need anything to keep that up, just like in me. So you'll see that like once you have the 2B mindset, you will be able to have it for good, and always look at food in a more purposeful, positive way. So there's no set time on it, because 1, it's really like integrates into an effortless lifestyle. And also because there's no time on it, because some people are going to do this program who need to lose 5 pounds. Some people are going to do this program who need to lose 150 pounds, and they will. So it's kind of like, didn't make sense to put a timestamp on it, because, it's like that. The videos are, there are a lot of videos. Some people are going to think, okay, I'm going to binge watch them all in one night, because you totally could. And we've probably all done worse on Bravo. So you can definitely like binge watch them all in one night and be like, I got it, I can go. And some people are going to want to take them slowly, one at a time. Just so you know, you watching the videos in speed is not going to mean that you're going to lose weight faster. Okay. Because every single principle will increase your weight loss. So just watching the first video, resonating on it, implementing those strategies for a week, you will already lose a ton of weight. Even if you stopped there and only did that first video, you could probably lose 20 to 30 pounds. Like for sure, and then keep adding in a video and a principle as you feel like you need like a boost and a jump start. So, and some people are going to want to watch them all. What I recommend is that you watch them sometimes multiple times. Like there's a video on going to the grocery store. You could watch it every time before you go to the grocery store. I mean, like there's really no timestamp on how to digest it. We'll recommend different things and like maybe like a challenge group guide, but I recommend go at your own pace. Don't like be texting or like cleaning up your kids' stuff or working out at the same time. Like pay attention, because they're short and they seem simple to watch, but there's a lot of like years of like good, like really good, like research behind those principles, methodology into each one. They're just tailored and tight because we had good rehearsal and figured out the major points. So be okay watching them multiple times. Don't rush this, because it's all effective, even if you just stick to the first video for a while. The next question you asked was?
I don't mean to interrupt. The one thing I would add that you say on every call, and it's sort of like on the expectations for the group. I feel like people go into, to your point, Ashley, about is it a 3-week program? Is it a 6-week program? People sort of started this group and are like, oh, I only lost 5 pounds this week. I lost more when I did whatever T25. I lost more weight in a week. And I think everyone should just sort of has to clear their mindset of what their expectation is. And our group certainly, some people lost a huge amount of weight in the first week. Some people took the first month, and certainly from our test groups, like month 3, 4, 5, like people really start to get it. And some people lost more weight in month 3 and 4 than they did in month 1. Yeah.
That is the biggest differentiator that you should all know. Literally the first month, like I said, I'm helping you kind of create your own system. And once you have your system, it's like unbelievable. Like it's like effortless. It just melts off and it's fantastic. So the first month, like you'll feel like you're putting effort in, you're making some changes, whatever it is. Obviously every good thing in life feels like it takes some effort in the beginning, obviously, but it literally becomes effortless. And that is something you have to know, is that with this program, weight loss gets easier and more effective with time. Like, and it's a hard thing to overcome. Like, we have a woman in the test group who's in her 60s and vegan and literally going through menopause and has lost 17 pounds in 6 weeks. And she's still posting, it's slower than I want it to be, but it's coming off and I'm happy. And I just want to be like, oh my God, you've lost 17 pounds in 6 weeks. Like, that's amazing. But, you know, of course we all have these expectations. We've seen, like, you know, lots of commercials and advertisements for quick fixes and all this stuff. But just please, in this next month before we start the program, just already change your mindset on that like, it's not a race. It's like, because you will literally learn how to keep this off for good. So once you do this program, you will never have to start a weight loss program again. Of course, you're going to want to, like, do the next Beachbody workout and keep challenging your body and keep improving your health and stuff like that. But you will never have to lose this big chunk of 15, 30, 60, 80, whatever it is, pounds again, because once you lose weight with the 2B mindset, you really have all the tools you need to keep it off for good. So you can expect to lose a ton of weight. If you look at, like, the hashtag 2B mindset, people are already posting, like, I lost 9, I lost 15, I lost 22, and just short periods of time. And that's great. But at the end of the day, for me, it means a lot more when people, for that first test group we started over a year ago, who've lost 50, 60, 70, 80, someone lost 100 pounds, and they literally have maintained it for the past months without us even looking at them. I just happen to be Facebook friends with them and see how great they look out with their kids on Sundays. So it's really different in that sense. So that's definitely something you should think about today, that you're going to change your mindset, that this isn't like a 3-day fast of water weight that you're going to see pop up again. This is totally like this is just losing weight in a very filling, satisfying, satiating, wonderful, livable way that will actually have it stay off.
I'm so excited about this. Like, this is super, like, just my jam, because I feel like so much people, I always say this, people come to me like they want to lose weight and work on their body. And I'm like, okay, cool. But really, let's start up here, because this is what we need to work on, the mind and the mindset, and the body's going to take care of itself. Like, I don't care what your body can do in 20 days. I care that you're living a lifestyle that's sustainable, that a year from now, you feel like you're not missing out on anything and you're living in a body that.
Yes. And we had, it's interesting. Like, this came up on the coach call yesterday. It's like, so many people think, if I lose 30 pounds, I'll be happy. If I lose 30 pounds, I'll be happy. And then, like, they lose 30 pounds and, like, they're miserable. And because they didn't do it in a positive way, and it didn't really come from those positive intentions. Whereas, like, you need to love yourself today to want to sign up for this program, to want to give it effort, to want to see those results. And, like, in 30 pounds, you will feel like the 30 pounds off is just like an added bonus to you feeling so good and having taken such great care of yourself and everyone else around you in the process. So yes, it's totally has to come from that place.
Love it. Okay. And the only other question that was, what's the 2B stand for?
Oh, okay. So I have, like, my little thing I call, like, my 2 bunnies, which literally came from, like, being, a new mom with my daughter, and exhausted at night. And I just kind of summed up, like, 4 principles into, like, 2 bunny ears. So, obviously, so you'll see a lot of pictures of me doing this, and you'll probably do this too, I hope. Obviously Beachbody, like, I understand their hesitation from calling the program 2 bunnies, and that's only 4 of the principles of, like, many, many, many. So, so we didn't call the program 2 bunnies, but you will probably call yourself a bunny while you do this. So 2B kind of has that little connotation in there, which you guys will get that, like, private joke once you do day 1 of the program. And 2B also really stands for just the positive, forward-thinking aspect of this program. There's never a time that you're going to eat a burger and fries again and feel like you failed, or it's the end of the world, or you have to start over, or what's the point? Like, you're going to eat a burger and fries and be like, all right, it's fine. I could still lose weight this week overall, and I could still feel good about myself. And that's totally fine. Like, I enjoyed it. It was worth it. And I'm going to move on. So it also really kind of connotes that you can really get to the weight you want to be. You can really get to that positive place and image and concept and self-loving body and good health that you've always wanted to be and see for yourself. And it's very just, it's just inherently positive. Every principle in practice is positive. I always believe like a negative mind will never lead to a positive life. You'll never hear me say no. You'll never hear me say cut out. You'll never, it's like all like focus on just like, what do you want to be? And you're always going to feel like you're adding in, you're not taking away, you're not dwelling on the past. You're always kind of moving forward, and you have every tool to do that. So it kind of really infuses those two principles.
I am assuming you'll be at Summit. Oh no, you have a kid. Will you be at Summit?
I'll make an appearance for at least a little bit.
I'm just going to have to give you a big hug. I feel like.
Even if I'm leaking on stage.
Yeah. But I'm going to have to give you a big hug. This is something.
Lara's like,
we're all hard. We so need this in our library of tools to help people. I'm just so excited. And thank you so much for taking time. Oh yeah, sorry, Laura.
No, I was just going to say, I know that you guys had questions about, so I'm not going to tell pricing now because we're going to wait for Super Saturday, but of course, now I feel like I'm not pregnant, I'm a pregnancy brain, but I can't remember what I was going to say. Hold on. Sorry. One other thing I want to say. Yes, I know that Tanya was posting. This is obviously separate charge, separate from BOD. But you also, and I don't have the product here to show you guys, but when you buy the product, you're going to get a whole bunch of tools, books, tools, and other, fun stuff, which I was trying to show you guys. But, so it's not just and it's not 26 videos. There's it's about over 40 videos, 15 videos, but you learn the program. Then there's a whole bunch of videos having to do with emotional eating and all the mindset videos. And then there's all the recipes. So it's over 40 videos in all, but you're also going to get a nice box of awesome physical tools, which you'll need for the program. So.
Oh my God, you guys are going to love it. I'm very excited for you.
Yeah, we're very excited.
And please all join just sign up as soon as possible so I could really get to know each of you beautiful people from day one and really work with you on an individual basis, definitely helping you answer, the questions you're getting from your teams, but also making sure that I'm helping answer your best questions so you can do this most effectively.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to start right now, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much for arranging this
and for doing this call for us. And I'm excited to get to know you and everybody in here better in that group. I think our team will be a huge advocate and proponent of your program. So I think we'll all be signing up May 2nd or whatever. But yeah, you guys get to a Super Saturday, April 7th or 8th, some Super Sundays, so that we can learn more about, I think launch details and all kinds of stuff will be announced then, right? So
yeah, definitely.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you. I'm so excited to see you all. Bonnie, your baby's delicious. And thank you all for showing up. Bye. Have a great one.